a metal box was found beneath the floor of a ruined farmhouse. It had been there for decades since the house burned down back in 1977. And what was inside that box would send chills down your spine. It was 2008 when a renovation crew was working on the gutted-out shell of a farmhouse in Taliaferro County, Georgia. The farmhouse had burned to the ground 31 years prior, leaving behind nothing but ashes and unanswered questions. But while the crew was doing some demolition work, they found a metal box hidden under the floor of the basement. They pried it open and found a single sheet of paper, a letter. It was folded, sealed, and completely untouched. It had been 31 years since this letter had been written, and whoever put the box in the ground made sure that no one would ever read these words. The letter was written by a woman named Margaret Elms. She wrote it on April 2nd, 1977, just one day before the house burned to the ground. And the contents of the letter are both terrifying and heartbreaking. She starts off the letter by saying, "They are still here watching me. I know they are." And then she goes on to say that she can feel their eyes boring into her skull, and that she has Iana been able to sleep because she keeps hearing voices at night, footsteps in the halls, and in the rooms where there is no one. She says that she tried to ignore it at first, but then she started finding things like handprints on the inside of the attic window, and that freaked her out because no one had been in the attic in years. She goes on to say, "This house is filled with memories of people who lived here long ago, and they have come back to see if I am worthy to live here." So it sounds like she really believed that the house was haunted, that the spirits of the former residents had returned. But then she ends the letter by saying, "I can't let them find me again. I have no choice." And then she signed it, "Your loving daughter." But what happened next is even more disturbing. One day later, on April 1977, the farmhouse mysteriously went up in flames. No insurance claims were filed, and no bodies were ever recovered. And the cause of the fire was never officially identified, but everyone in the small town knew that Margaret had been living there alone. She vanished without a trace. Now, was Margaret delusional, or was she in real danger? What happened to her after she wrote that letter? Was she trying to tell us that she was a victim of something darker, something sinister, maybe even a hidden crime, something that she didn't feel like she could escape? Or was there something more, something supernatural that forced her hand, something that you can feel watching this video right now? There are so many unanswered questions in this case, which is what makes it the perfect unsolved mystery. There are three in particular that keep me up at night. The first is, why was the letter buried and not mailed or left somewhere visible? The second is, who were they? And the third, was she a survivor of something darker, abuse, cult, hidden crime, or was it something more, something else entirely? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to check out more content. See you next time!